No counting the stacks, stacking the bags. 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 No play your hand, play your hand. Play your hand, play your hand. Play your hand, play your hand. Play your hand, play your hand.
Good evening and welcome to Champions Poker Live. Coming to you live from Champions Club in Houston, Texas. This is Dan Fouts with Kyle Miller. How's it going tonight, Kyle?
It's going great. Really looking forward to this bounty format action. Love tournament poker, and we have a solid table, solid final 9.
Yes, it's going to be a great event. We had 627 entries in this event. We're down to the final 9. And the big story seems to be the guy in the 1 seat here. He's coming to this final table with almost half of the chips in play. This is a mystery bounty tournament. For those unfamiliar with bounty tournaments, what that means is when you knock a player out, you get a bonus payout. In a mystery bounty, that bonus is a mystery. There's a bucket of balls. It could be anything from $450 all the way up to $15,000. Well, our chip leader has already taken home the $15,000 bounty as well as 2 $1,000 bounties. So he's already $17K in the green. And we're still playing a tournament here. Top spot, $28,720. So pretty good payday for Mr. Panjwani in the 1 seat already. Starts our chip leader with 8.4 million in chips. We have 3 stacks at this final table, less than 1 million. So the pressure is on for some of these players. Blinds are at 25 and 50,000 with a 50,000 big blind ante. Average stack at this final table is 40 big blinds, but with all those chips in seat 1, that kind of skews those numbers a little bit.
Cards have some sort of a...
Yeah, they have an RFID chip in them. They're pretty thick. It's like a thick cardstock.
9s for Vlad in the big blind here.
Winter opening an early position with a suited ace. You might recognize that player. He was here when we streamed the final table of the Monster Stack just a few days ago. He got first place. Back at the final table for the very next stream.
One exactly. 1.05. I mean, I thought
stack size is relatively close between these two players. The raise is to 110.
Count down for me.
No, I was really just thinking for a second.
You probably recognize Vlad if you watch a lot of our streams too. The player who just made the call, Pkwy, has been on our stream both in cash and tournament a number of times.
Yeah, got it.
A local player here, originally from Kiev, Ukraine, but now a Houston poker grinder and AI software engineer.
He was actually laptop out at the table, not with solvers, but doing work throughout day 2 today. He just packed up his backpack to get on the final table.
No days off. Winter continuing with the pressure here, picks up a gut shot and backdoor club. Pkwy is still in the lead with the 9s. He'll make the call. $500,000 in the pot. Vlad is the effective stack with 835,000 and just turns the absolute nuts. I mean, obviously, 5s.
But Dan, what about quads?
Quads exist in some alternate universe, but Winter drawing dead now and Vlad leading out. Very small. 130.
Very interesting, and we can see now effective lead by Vlad there. Gets Winter to float. Was probably hoping to induce or bare minimum get the float there. Goes running hearts, 8-15 in the middle. you mentioned Flawed as the effective stack. Winter just a little bit over pot size behind. All in and snap fold.
Not the way I drew up the first hand. That was a practice hand, right?
Yeah, it really was.
Just to make sure everybody's ready.
Yeah, get the chips back. That was a rehearsal.
Yeah.
We all practice folding. Except y'all.
I
except
practiced
y'all
losing
two.
40% of my stack.
Y'all two the only ones that had a different plan on the first hand. We were all like, man, I'm folding big hands here just because it's the first hand.
After the first event, you're free rolling this, so it's all right. You're good. No sweat.
I always want to win, though, you know?
Yeah.
I was really hoping I got checked to there. So then I would do the scary thing. You know?
Oh, you should have checked.
Not necessarily. I mean, he could have bluffed, too.
He wasn't bluffing.
7-6.
He wasn't bluffing there, bro.
7-6 could have been there.
Ace Jack
He got bluffs there.
for Toko.
Bluff right there.
If you tuned into the Monster Stack final table, not only would you have seen Winter on that, but Toko as well. He came in as the chip leader. Unfortunately, did not have
But you can also have
that much run good on the final table. Left in 7th place, but is back here again. Not by chance.
The line doesn't.
Very solid players here.
Yeah, the structures here at Champions are great. Definitely reward
Gradient, that's why.
the best players. This is day 2 of this event. These folks have been playing for a long time, not missing very many levels, and it's 30-minute levels here
It's called the
for this
Kiev
event.
opening.
You can see
Did you have it, Vlad? Just tell us.
KC in the 1 seat there. He did pull our biggest bounty, the 15K bounty.
He wears too many
I mean, I had
mouses
a
now.
top,
Hold.
and I didn't have a heart.
A couple other 1K bounties as well. So he essentially locked up 2nd place money, nearly 2nd place money in bounties alone.
Okay.
All
The
doing so just off of 1 bullet. 460 was the buy-in. Some of those players we're looking at now buying in for a number of times.
You wear them
But if you can do it off of 1 bullet or even 1 satellite,
just like.
that's huge value.
Table,
He
table.
breaks too many mouses. Like,
Wow, another big hand for Pkwy. Just hand number 3. He's on the button with Ace-King suited.
I'll do when I was with a fold like this on mine.
5 raise. 150.
And Parisian opens up Queen Jack in the small blind. She's going to get it all in. And Fam, King Queen suited right behind her.
Parisian in off of a satellite entry. Doing very well. Huge value, but up against it now. Going to need a lot of help.
No thought?
Does have live cards though. At least she doesn't have King Queen or Ace Queen, Ace Jack, something like that.
We do know a king and a queen in the muck. Parisian still manages to hit a queen, but Pkwy hits the ace and trip aces now. That's going to do it. Check mark delivered.
That's him, bro. Damn, I was.
Unfortunate to see her go out this quickly, but I'm sure she'll be back. She's also made some appearances on our lady streams, the cash streams that we do here at Champions. And again, satellited in, won entry into multiple events, including this event here, for just $350, and takes home nearly $2,900 as the payout, not including the bounties she collected along the way.
I forgot gum. It's all right.
Yeah, not a bad result. And she had to make something happen there. We had 3 stacks come into this table at less than 1 million chips. She was one of them. Alita in seat 4 was the shortest stack, and Trung Pham, who is now
Ace King suited on the button.
in the small blind, was
Good to be
the
black.
3rd short stack.
Turned dead, too.
No sweat.
I thought it was at least going to come with king, right?
You King Queen first.
Yeah, and if she's been playing
Yeah, queen in the.
much at all with Vlad throughout this tournament or other tournaments, he has a reputation and image for being very aggressive, so that open from him last hand could be the same as this open. Any two cards.
Sure, especially on the button.
Yeah, very wide.
Hand on the string will have
So understandable for her to go with the queen jack there.
Nobody's ever won every single hand on that free string.
Is that possible?
Nobody's ever won every hand.
That has to have never happened.
Until it's over.
Like, imagine you win every single hand on the entire stream to first place.
You're on your way to doing it.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Nobody's ever done it.
I did one.
You did?
You want a hand? Ah.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't supposed to say that. Save that for later, Mo.
Everybody
you
believes that.
ruined the fun.
Oh, shit.
It's like a fun dynamic and table here. A lot of these players have played with each other for just countless years. So really solid dynamic between some of this table. Claude again. Gonna open things up. Suited Jack 9 in the cutoff.
30, 60, 60, next hit.
2 blinds.
They came into this final table just 10 minutes left of the level. Blinds will be up next hand to 30 and 60, putting more pressure on those shorter stacks. Winter defending the big blind. Heads up we go to the flop. Blot hit a piece of this one on the flop, but it's all diamonds. Went check, check. He will continue now on the turn and take it down.
Huge value in these bounty tournaments
This is my first hope.
to build up a huge stack and then use it to your advantage.
Who's in for the most bullets here?
People can call off
You are? How many? Yeah, I can't be.
or jam
I'm in for 7 too, actually.
Yeah.
You're
pretty light
Oh, okay.
How much?
You laugh like you're in for like 10 or
I
12.
wasn't one that.
just in order to take their shot at pulling a bounty.
And the turbo got canceled.
I mean, if you got fire, you
I
got
couldn't play. No, I couldn't play Saturday.
Again, KC in the 1 seat. He's pulled the biggest bounty, so there's a little bit less of an incentive.
He's all in.
At this point, some of these players
Good luck.
really just want to play it out for the ladders.
Yeah, I believe all of the big ones have been taken except for there's one $2,500 bounty left.
nothing.
All of the rest of them are the minimum, which is $450. Still, nothing to sneeze at. Extra $450 for knocking someone out.
You want me to come and get some?
It's like I won one.
You basically get a buy-in for every.
Vlad, that's why you're a
Bounty.
data engineer, not a real
He's
engineer.
trying to stack his chips to the room. He don't want no color up or nothing. Bring him some light.
Not a real engineer.
How you keep him all? He wants to build towers over here.
All clubs.
You got like.
Blind versus blind, and our chip leader with the best club here. But Winter with the best hand currently, Jack High, leads out.
He likes to build.
The first time he's colored his pink up since the tournament started. Real talk.
Tough dynamic being out of position up against the chip lead. Because then the chip lead can do things like this, just put pressure back on you.
How are you?
Winter shaking his head, not loving that spot as much as he may love his spot at the breakfast bar.
That was a practice.
Amazing shirt by Winter there.
Sounds delicious. Let us know in the chat, who are you sweating? Who are you hoping for on this tournament?
Come on.
Or are you anti-sweating somebody? Who do you want to see lose? While you're in there, be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. Definitely helps our algorithm out, and you'll get more great poker content in your feed.
Ace wheel off. Pkwy.
Park and Norman getting some love in the chat. Pkwy's continuing to apply pressure. Running into the same hand in the small blind, though, from Punjwani, who has all the chips in the world. He's going to make the call. Three players going to the flop here as Park defends the big blind with a suited 8-4. No pair for anybody. The ace highs have it.
Quad continues for quarter pot. Benjwani and Park out of the way. Claude continuing to play the heat. I think a board like that, paired and low, Park sometimes is going to find a check raise there, but not up against Vlad. And not this spot.
Yeah, I was thinking a similar thing. If his stack was bigger or if it was a cash game, you'd definitely continue with that hand because you're blocking a lot of things that could come on the turn. A lot of turns are going to look good for your hand or your range. Yeah, it was about 15% of his chips to call there. So.
It's hard to find a check raise there that's non-all-in, and there's no real value for Park to risk his stack currently. He can expect to push his edge quite a bit here and ladder up.
Pkwy taking the role of the big stack, raising almost every hand here, even though he's got the third biggest stack at this table. Kyle and I have done a number of these final tables together. It always seems like the most aggressive player has a better shot than anybody else. I'm not going to say they always win it, but aggression pays off in these final table situations, and Vlad definitely using that to his advantage here. Gets it heads up against the big blind, who does connect. Bottom pair for Normand.
Surely he can't always have it, right? Continues for 110.
Trouble for Normand is even if Vlad doesn't have it, he can still catch something that beats a 6. He's opening with something. But Normand's liking that card. 4 of clubs is a great card if you're already paired up.
Yeah, Normand obviously experienced enough, knows it's hard to make a pair, knows that if he calls one street, he can likely buy himself a free street either on the turn or the river. Not on this turn. Vlad does continue again. Notice the sizings though. 110 on the flop and now 250.
Yeah, keeping it very small relative to the pot size.
Pretty cool.
Norman's still a non-believer.
Six is still good, but that 10 is a much more scary card here. Queen Jack gets there. Any like Ace 10, Jack 10, those type of hands that Pkwy may have raised with. His opening range is so wide, any overcard to the 6 is going to scare Norman. And he's putting max pressure on here. Norman, with about a 1-to-1 SPR, is forced to fold here. Doesn't want to go out with bottom pair. And I think Vlad showed it. Yes, he did. Ace deuce. Face up in the middle of the table.
Does anyone need service?
Vlad and Norman, plenty of history playing here in Houston and out on the circuit, so.
We on camera now, you gotta show out. You ain't have to show out.
Vlad quickly catching up to Toko. Almost has as many chips as him now, catching up with the second biggest stack at the table.
Almost fucking, baby, but I'm good about it.
Under the gun now. You might see him fold. He folds. Somebody else can win one. Ace King for fam.
And with just 10 big blinds.
I'm the one, trust me. I'm the one.
Puts most of his stack in. Showing he's committed, and queen's right behind. Now this is an interesting spot. Toko can find a raise that obviously ISOs, but invites others in. He does just call though. Cards not on their back. But fam is moving his chips in all in the dark. And a call.
Wow.
If you want to.
See you later.
Players agree to just flip the cards up before we see the 8 high flop here.
So far, Toko's queens are in the lead here. He also has the only diamond. Bam looking for an ace or a king on the river, or he will be going home in 8th place. And no help on the river there. More chips for Toko, and unfortunately that will be the end of the road for Trung Pham. He'll be taking home $37.90 today, though, for his efforts in this tournament, plus whatever bounties he collected.
You can play it hot this winter.
That was frightening. So 2 of the short stacks eliminated early. We have one other stack with less than 1 million in chips, and that is Alita Chapman in the 4 seed. She's hoping to not suffer the same fate. She's looking for a double up. 28,720 up top. All the players remaining here guaranteed 47.40.
Ace 9 for Winter. He's got a pretty short stack himself. Less than 10 bigs. Puts all of them in.
Yeah, he started the final table with 1.2, has lost half of his stack since then. But it looks like he's going to pick up the blinds and antes here.
A little less.
Vlad does have enough chips that he could decide to call and gamble, but I don't see it with 6-4 offsuit.
See, that's one of those weird spots where if there were huge bounties still in play, you might even go with it.
Sure.
But not any bounty value, really. As you mentioned, Each bounty at this point really just worth one buy-in, a little over one buy-in. The ICM value of the tournament carries more weight at this point because of the bounties that have been pulled.
Of course.
Yeah, and when they were down to 15 players or so, Pkwy was making a lot looser calls and busting people out because that 15K was still in there. About 2 hours ago during the last player break, he pulled 3 bounties and got that 15K bounty at that time. So it really changed the dynamic of the tournament once that 15K got pulled. With only, 20 or so balls left in the bin.
Pkwy now opening this one up, a suited ace, and nearly half the chips in play. Just under 19 million chips in play for this tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
627 entries. We're looking at now the final 7.
We have everybody fill out a little bio information sheet when we get to these final tables. Fun facts about themselves, things like that. The chip leader, he goes by KC, Pkwy. He said, Champions Poker Crew rocks. He didn't really have much to say about himself, but I have to agree with that. We got a great poker staff. The floor is doing a great job running these tournaments smoothly, and the dealers are great. And we are happy to receive a little bit of acknowledgement from one of the players that have made it super deep in the tournament. Thanks for that, Casey.
Yeah, if you don't have much to say, I think that says it all. Red 3s in the small blind for Toko. He just jams it. Goes blind on blind. Winter is going to be facing a lot of pressure like that.
Winter, a super strong player. The Run Good Player of the Year 2 years in a row, 23 and 24. This is his first time in Texas and already his second final table here.
Yeah, he came on down to Champions. His wife is our photographer throughout the series. So, as you mentioned, Run Good Player of the Year, 2 years, back to back. He's used to the circuit grind, being out on the road, but pretty cool to come to a stop with your wife also working here, and then he just ships our first event. Final tables this as well. Pretty good series for them.
For sure. Definitely lowers the expenses when the wife is working for the property as well. I imagine. I don't know what their deal is, but I assume that they're getting a room at least. We are the only poker club in all of Texas that has a hotel on site. You can come and stay and play here too. During the Winter Poker Open, room rate is $85 a night. We still have plenty of events here. Main event coming up this week. And starting tomorrow, actually starting today, but there are flights tomorrow and the next day as well. It's the PLO Championship. If you like the 4-card game, $1,100 buy-in, $150K guarantee. Be the PLO champion of the Winter Poker Open.
Chapman finds something to go with. It's red 8s.
Here we go.
Winter King Jack. Short stacked himself. This wouldn't be a terrible spot for him. He does have the chip leader left to act, but this is one of the few stacks that he does cover, and so if he could win a pot, collect a bounty, there's actually huge value in this for him.
580.
He does raise to isolate, but unfortunately, Pkwy ends up looking down at an ace here, so he's going to call as well.
Opportunity for 2 bounties for Pkwy.
Chapman with the best of it going in. Possibility for her to triple up. But she's going to have to fade a lot of overcards.
As long as the cards stay low.
Winter, super live though. He's happy to be drawing to both of his cards.
Big sweat right here.
This is a fun. Yeah, this is a fun sweat.
Yeah, everybody's.
There'll be a side pot between Panjwani and Winter. Chapman in for the main.
Diamond on there. Diamond.
Both Chapman and Winter facing elimination if Panjwani connects.
8, 9, 10, 3 diamonds.
Can't be. She's the guy who won all the diamonds.
No, 8.
King. Top pair for Winter. Panjwani does connect with a 10. Oh no, and it's the king of diamonds here, giving Panjwani an out.
Who's red?
Or a flush draw out, but it'll be Winter.
Still running good.
Eliminating Chapman and doubling through Panjwani at the same time. Won't be quite a triple up for him, but that's going to put him pretty good in chips. And unfortunately, our shortest stack coming into the final table will now be eliminated in 7th place. Chapman taking home $4,740 plus any bounty she collected during this tournament. And as you said, that was a great position for Winter to be in, to be able to call a stack, the only stack at the table that he could eliminate, and he does collect a bounty there.
Yeah, so that's at least worth 450 in bounty value. ICM value is actually worth quite a bit more than that, finding more than a double up.
I ain't the one.
There's not a 5 left in there?
And if you want to win your way to this final table, we still have our $1 million main event coming up. There's turbo super satellites going on for that.
Yeah, that's a one.
Also some PLO sweats, different sweats of different sorts. If you want to sweat your way into it, all you got to do is come on down to Champions here in Houston, Texas. Let the floors know. They'll spread a little flip for you.
2 scheduled shots to Satellite tomorrow, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. There's a milestone at 7 and a turbo super at 10 p.m. So
Yeah.
come on down, take your shot.
I will draw it too.
That sounds fun, right? Okay.
Toko with the ace-10 this time. Opens to 140 in the hijack. Down to just 6 players at the table. That'll open up the ranges a little bit for these players.
As soon as you get here, dog.
Shorter handed it
I have
gets,
to do it. See you walk.
the more aggressive you have to be. Normand in the big blind
Hope it don't get
with a
snapped.
slightly better ace. Gets the chips
didn't get
in the
snapped.
middle.
That's a good sign. I got Big Mo I'm trying to beat. He finally went and looked Big Mo up after I told him about him the other night.
Be about 900.
Derek wanted to say hi to his mom Tina and his son Kai and tell Kai Daddy has Lightning McQueen and all the chips. He'll be in good shape to get even more chips if Toko calls here, but Toko does elect to get out of the way.
Can you get floor to the string?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I mean, otherwise,
Man, that was easy. I'm gonna do that shit again.
I'm not trying to burn clock time before bounty.
Hey, whatever that was, I'm doing that again. That was fun.
We're a third of the way through the final table. Seems like a reasonable time. Plus, I just got.
Oh shit.
Mine going away?
Especially on Vlad. You need some people?
Yeah, just clear hand, that's all.
Floor on the string, please. He's asking us to so we can pause the clock. In the middle of the line, so that we can all down. Between hands.
There ain't no big bounties left, so nobody cares.
2,500.
Nobody cares. It's big, but like nobody's gonna be like, oh, on the screen.
If I pull 2,500, I'll do a celebration just so there's.
No, I mean like the people at home are not gonna be like, oh my god, I want the 2,500 bounty.
Well,
They're looking for that 15K, bro.
the stream's not about the people at home.
They're already telling them you got it.
Interesting spot for Park here.
They're all in the chat probably.
Panjwani goes 150.
He gets to win so much more if he wins first.
Queen Jack off. Knows Panjwani can be light here.
Right, that's what I was saying.
How many do you have right now?
What?
How many
Park
do you have
does jam it.
total? Total no bounties.
Just the one.
So I'm saying, how many?
Oh, I got 2 other ones.
What
I got,
do you have so far?
2,500.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so you have like almost 3K.
Yeah, almost 3K bounties.
And Vlad asking for a count with his ace-9.
If that 15K was still in there right now during the stream, we'd be pausing.
Tough spot though for Vlad with Panjwani left to act. He's probably a little bit worried that if he folds, Panjwani might fold as well, but Panjwani essentially just priced to call at this point.
Yeah, the second
645 is the jam. Panjwani has already put in 150 and has all the chips in the world.
Other places I've been,
So,
or in Texas.
worth a spin
Sounds rigged.
more often than not.
Saving a bounty, it sounds rigged.
It might be.
No, it's not. I mean, it's just the final.
Panjwani really has something,
Yeah, it's not.
and Vlad commits 645 just to get ripped on. It's not going to feel that great.
It's just a known thing.
Yeah, very interesting spot all the way around.
It makes it fun for.
Vlad probably thinking Park has to have a better hand with Panjwani opening before that too. He's going to be pretty wide with 11 big blinds, but with a raise in front of him, in theory, that's going to close the gap a little bit. And then also the big stack still to act.
Not yet.
Yeah, it looks super strong because you know that the chip leader should be willing to call you off. So it's basically saying, hey, I want the call, I want the action here.
Right.
And as we've seen as well, paying attention, Park really hasn't been putting chips in. Been patient, been a little carded, been patient, and found a couple ladders already, and found a hand to go with.
Oh, I'm ready. I just folded.
And those three have played plenty of tournaments together, so a lot of credit is given between all players.
You want to give it a spin?
No.
Folds into the blinds here.
That's the one.
Very well could be.
Can I bring it back to my seat?
Absolutely.
As we have a little bit of a sweat from the tallest guy at the table.
What do you guys think's in here?
Man, he'll be in Houston all the time now. I mean, bro, you done struck gold, bro.
First walk of the final table. Toko with 5 high, happy to get it.
I mean, $450. That's
No, I'm talking about you being in Houston.
What?
And they were talking about they were talking about how you whatever made back. I said, man, you never gonna stop coming to Houston now. You done struck gold. It was like the gold mine back in the day. Everybody moved there.
That's what I've heard. Thank you.
King Queen for Panjwani. Definitely going to open here. Nope, I guess not. Just going to limp in. Interesting strategy.
Can I pull it as well? Can I pull?
With the shortest stack in the big blind, I find it very interesting to not open to enter the pot. But Toko does the same thing, and Winter will check his option. King Queen has the best of it. Going 3 ways into the flop here. That flop favoring the players in the blinds, and Toko will lead out at it and take down 4 big blinds.
If I'm correct, Vlad has only been collecting min bounties.
When you're ready, I'm ready.
There is 1,2,500 in there. All the rest of them are 450.
This one looks lonely over
Well, if anybody's going to pull the 2,500 and look at it like that, it would be Vlad.
You don't need more than 2 zeros.
2,500 right here.
Well, there it is. The last big bounty goes to Toko.
We borrow your
Yeah,
ticket?
well,
I need your ticket too, dear. I'm gonna sign it. Here you go. I'll take your ball. Thank you.
now they're all 450s, right?
All right. Yeah. Ball got the 25.
Now we can just draw them whenever.
Folds around into the blinds here again. Winter limps in there. And big stack doing big stack things, raises and takes it. Wonder if Winter just limping in there as a way to establish a limp strategy with monsters later on potentially.
Very likely. He's definitely a thinking player.
Congrats.
Thank you. You did, huh? Hey, how bad was that hit, man? You opened it really good. I flex you right behind you.
All right, we are up next time, 40-80-80.
You hear it there from
You know, he's like,
Laura and TD Chin Palmer. Lines are going to be going up next hand. Flawed ace-9. Goes 1 1/4 here.
thank you.
Always interesting to see opening sizes by different players. Vlad is pretty religious when it comes to the 2 big blind open, or as we can see, just above it.
And as the blinds keep going up, the open raises will go down relative to the size of the blinds very frequently. If you want to learn more about tournament strategy, final table strategy, you should check out Octopi Poker. Great learning tools, especially when it comes to tournament strategy.
Park defends the big blind. Suited 10-5. No spade on the flop for Park. Vlad continues. A little less than 2 bigs. Again, kind of the sizing we've seen from him on most textures.
I'm in the formal hotel right now, in front.
Takes it down. Gonna have a dealer change here.
First dealer change of the stream.
Champions Club Texas for the Winter Poker Open. A tournament series with over 1.5 million in guarantees, including a main event with a 1 million guaranteed prize pool. Whether you're here to compete or just escape the cold, there's a seat at our table waiting for you. Winter Poker Open. Don't miss your chance to win big this winter at Champions Club Texas.
Right in the thick of it, Winter Poker Open in effect. This is the final table of one of those tournaments. We have a couple tomorrow.
Making a move.
A one-day No Limit Holdem tournament at noon, and we have a flight of our PLO championship at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Sorry, 4 p.m. for the PLO.
Should have. I regret it already. Should have tried to bluff.
The noon tournament is $300 No Limit Holdem, 15K guarantee.
You were?
That will be a one-day tournament. And then satellites at 7 and 10 p.m. tomorrow. Cash games still going as always here at Champions Club. 6440 West Sam Houston Parkway South in Houston, Texas. Great place to play some poker, and the only place in Texas where you can stay and play. We do have a newly remodeled 60-room hotel right here on site. Ace King under the gun for the guy who's been raising almost every hand. And now Panjwani looking down at Ace Queen on the button. Gonna re-raise to 500K. Or 600K.
Another suited 10-5 for Park. Nice foldable hand for him, given the action. Normand also out of the way.
Interesting spot here for Vlad. He's out of position up against the big stack. A lot of incentive to keep this pot small. But he does have, obviously, a super premium hand here. And he's established that he's opening a lot, and he showed a bluff already. We're only 21 hands in.
We also haven't seen a lot of aggression out of Panjwani, though. Odd might be picking up on some of that.
Not a whole lot of room for 4-betting here, as Vlad started this hand with 3.2 million, and the 3-bet is to 600,000. Any raise is going to put a significant portion of his stack in. Feels like it's a call or all in.
Definitely so. And it's tough to find a call and then just miss out of position.
1.6.
But he does find a click back, not all in.
Half of his chips in the middle.
Oh, wow. And now he does have to call it off.
Yeah.
Has the best of it.
But he's the one at risk here, so that never feels good, even when you do have the best of it. It's like, you know, there are other queens in this deck. Ace is good. Vlad's still in the lead. Just needs to fade a queen on the river to double up through the chip leader, and he does. Ace-king plays, and these stacks are about to basically flip.
I honestly don't remember what I folded this morning.
That's going to give Vlad a monster lead here.
I want to say it was like Jack 7 maybe? Well, I would.
Even if you guys see the flop, it's inevitable.
Yeah. Definitely changes table dynamics.
No.
In a big way.
The ace 9 deuce, that's what it's getting in anyway.
Vlad has been very aggressive, even with the third biggest stack. Now he's going to have the chips to push people around with. Obviously, he's been getting hands as well. That helps, but he has showed the ability to raise with nothing.
Flat 4-bet to 1.6. 5-bet room.
A look at the chip denominations there. All those white chips going Vlad's ways are 100,000 each. The greens are 25K and the pinks are 5,000. The plaques will be coming out soon, I'm sure, with all those chips in Vlad's stack.
Let's see how players adjust to the flattening of Panjwani's stack there and the shift of the lead going over.
Even after that huge hit, Panjwani's still with an over-average stack. I mean, obviously he didn't like losing that hand, but he could afford it.
Park now, a suited Jack 7, one of many of his favorite hands.
Security usually works. Yeah, they're in there right there at the podium.
Our new chip leader in the big blind currently. Jack 7 hits the muck. 10-7 walks him. And that's kind of the dynamic I'm talking about. Park and Normand Now, truly handcuffed by chip leaders on their left and right.
Yeah, we definitely have a clear demarcation between the bigger stacks and the smaller stacks now. Park, Normand, and Winter in that 1 million range. Toko, Vlad, and Panjwani all above 4 million. So all of the short stacks looking to play hands with other short stacks, but that's difficult to isolate at this point. This one folds around to the blinds. Pkwy reaching for some chips here. He's just going to limp in. Queen deuce, and Toko will check his option.
As you just mentioned, no real incentive for these two to clash and play big pots against each other. Well, it starts with a check, it gets a check back.
7-4 gets there.
Of course it does. The famous Dan Fouts in Champion's Hand here.
See AC in the chat, stopping in to say hi. Always good to see AC out there, letting us know we don't have enough likes. I agree. Sure to get in there and hit that thumbs up for us if you haven't already done so. We really appreciate that.
I admit I just liked it recently myself.
Well, sometimes you have to wait a little while, see if you actually like it, and then like it.
Always flip, yeah. Toko picks up the gut shot out. That's out when check 2 the second time. Queen deuce check calls and remains best with the queen high. Can he get it to showdown? He does. The heat continues.
The H is O.
He's heating up. The heat is on. Just want to translate for everybody out there if you're a little bit slower than I am.
In case you didn't watch Saturday Night Live in the early 90s.
Yeah.
That might have been the late 90s. Who can remember?
Not me. Literally. I was just a wee lad. Normand. King Jack in the cutoff. Normand's been pretty quiet so far through these first 24 hands. Just a raise and take there for him. Can't be that upset about it. He's managed to ladder up, avoid collisions, and he's been hovering right around that 1 million mark the whole time. Came in with 1.6.
For real.
Has 1.2.
I wish you could have both these cards.
Holds to the button. Toko with suited ace. Just calling. Oh, I thought that was one chip. Looks like he raised to 200,000. Took it down. Tough to see the white chips in that beautiful Winter Poker Open logo there.
I'm loving the new felts. We just recently did some streams with Wolfgang Poker, arguably the most popular. YouTube poker vlogger. Definitely has the most subscribers, and broke out a new felt for a special stream with him. He played against 7 of his subscribers, plus his video editor.
Super fun stream.
Yeah.
You should check that out if you weren't here for that one.
The big winner had 57% VPIP and 44% PFR, so it definitely was an action game.
Pkwy opening this one with Queen Jack.
All in.
And Park finding Ace 10 in the big blind. He's going to get it all in. Definitely cheap enough for Vlad to make the call here. And he's going to be happy to see he's got 2 live cards to try to
Queen Jack versus
eliminate another player and collect another bounty. Park happy to see that he's got the best of it.
good at these, bro?
I've been.
And hits a 10. Still needs to fade a queen or a jack. Oh no, queen of hearts on the turn, and Park now looking to catch up. Needs an ace or a 10 on the river. And unfortunately does not get it. Another knockout
Take it down. Take it
for
down.
Vlad and Jonathan Park.
But Vlad is better.
Will be eliminated in 6th place.
Good luck. Good luck.
Going to be taking home over $5,000 for that. $5,700 plus all of his bounties. And then there were 5. Blinds still at 40, 80. Average stack now 57 big blinds. But as we were talking about earlier, a lot of those chips are collected in a couple of stacks here. So Normand and Winter, much less than average.
No, he was big.
He what?
And facing
Close action and
the hyper-aggressive
That was I don't know why.
Ukrainian with all the chips
I'm trying to get a free one.
putting pressure on.
Y'all obviously would never let that slide.
It's on stream, so bad time to try to get one.
I just talked about how Normand is sitting right around the same mark of chips that he came into this final table with. The same goes for Winter. Came in with 1.2.
Y'all some bullies.
1 rack of the pink and then give me
Less than a big blind off on that.
of that green.
I want chipping up here too. Yeah.
I could use some more chips too.
We gotta color up the hard way. They get the easy.
They get the easy. That's true. They get the easy color up. We gotta do it.
Get white as if we
I'm introducing plaques.
Oh, they get plaques now?
Wow.
Wow, we gotta work for that, bro. That's our goal.
Ace 10 under the gun for Toko.
We're gonna get at least 1 plaque.
I'll give you a plaque. I ain't got one.
No, that's okay.
Hey, you won't win the tournament if
I
you
gotta
don't win a
earn.
plaque.
I gotta earn a plaque.
Comes with 180. And Ace King for Pinjwani. Reaching for 3-betting chips. Sixes for Normand. Under the gun open, cut off 3-bet. Out of the way.
Discipline lay down, but the right one for Toko. Doesn't want to go up against a bigger stack with what could potentially be a dominated hand. Palmer doing some work here, coloring up some chips, bringing out the 500,000 plaques.
That's not right, is it? Oh, they're 500 plaques.
500?
I thought they were million.
No.
Yeah. I thought they were million
That's all
plaques.
right.
You're
I'd
good.
much rather you guys, I need supervision.
You're good. I didn't know there were 500 plaques.
I have 1,000,000 plaques as well.
The last final table that Winter was on did not have 500 plaques. We brought out the millions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just double checking the
Plaques in front and on.
numbers were correct there.
Thank you kindly.
Bringing out the purple plaques this time instead of the orange ones.
You ever use the flag?
Me?
Always nice to do all of that in front of all of the players and all of the cameras.
Oh, no.
Me either. My first time was here. That's why I was curious.
They only had them. Yeah, it's pretty uncommon.
They're tight though. You can shuffle them.
Well, just limps in there.
Oh, yeah.
We've had this blind on blind before.
7-4 gets there.
Piles like pancakes. It was like crazy. That was
Again, Vlad with the better high card. Checks through flop. Different gut shots for these players.
Awesome. No coloring up.
One makes a pair on their side card, the other makes a straight. One blind and a call.
Very quick call also, which may give Vlad the impression that the king high is no good here. Toko could take a swing at this and take this pot down, I believe, with how quickly that call happened.
$325.
Goes big.
$320.
I know, you're right, 100%. And I usually say no, and I think I should do it because it was her. And I shouldn't have.
King high actually upgraded, given that it was a limped pot. Toko's gonna raise any ace X. Credit to Vlad, thinking through this. Cuts out the calling chips. He can afford to be wrong. Checks through flop though. What pairs on the flop?
Wow.
Check back, makes the call.
What a hero call with king high, and it's good. Sending a message, don't bluff into me.
Good call.
And now Vlad getting past that 8 million mark. Anjwani started this final table with over 8 million in chips. This is the first time anybody else has had that number, which is close to half of all the chips in play.
Blind on blind here. 4 deuce for Toko. Gives Winter a walk.
That's actually...
And Winter shows the Jack 10, suited Jack 10.
Which is just like random and doesn't matter that much. It's just like...
Super strong blind on blind.
If I had a nickel for every time I had Jack 10 suited on this final table, I'd have 15 cents, which isn't a lot of money, but it's weird it's happened 3 times.
when you get a nickel.
What?
It's a lot when you only get a nickel.
Well, yeah.
King Kong on the button for Toko. Action folds to him. Opens to 180. Nothing to defend with here. Hate to look down at a pretty card like pretty hand like that and not get any action at all, but
I make him play better though when I'm with him. That's the only bad thing to be on. He plays actually better.
Well, get out of here, Chief.
when you're 5-handed, it's pretty unlikely that somebody else is going to have a monster.
You can ask him. He knows it's the truth.
Chase, I love how you're just like always just like like going. I love that. It's so awesome.
Thank you, bro. It keeps me present. Otherwise, I'd be.
Yeah, it keeps it fun.
Keeps me present for sure.
Definitely.
But I know a lot of these guys used to be fucking with like brothers. Like this, is my dog.
Jeff Platt entering the chat, pointing out that this tournament series, arguably named after Brian Winter, who came down, shipped the monster stack as our series opener.
Toko opening this one with ace-5, and Pajwani looking down at 5s in the small blind makes the call. Now Norman thinking about closing the action with Jack-8 here. Getting a pretty good price, but it would be a significant percentage of his chips he gets out of the way. All baby cards on the flop. 5s still in the lead.
250.
And Toko c-betting 250.
I'm one of the best trollers you know, bro.
I believe that.
Without trying to be though, it's natural.
Like these glasses of Pajwani.
I don't try to troll.
Yeah, great design.
Yeah, just I have fun with it, bro. My family in Louisiana growing up playing cards. We have fun. We drink and we talking shit. Like that's how
check raise to 600,000.
It's just a game at the end of the day. It's just a card game. You don't got to be a robot to win, bro.
I'm just here for the breakfast bar, man.
Yeah, you got a good personality. You're not just a robot that like don't want to tell us your name and shit. Like they think they got to sit there.
Pulling out my laptop, checking to see if I should call. Or...
They got to hold their shoulders and not talk.
Plenty of turn cards that Pajwani is not really going to like, and
yeah, but you still have a
he
personality.
should be well in front here.
Complete.
Unless, of course, Toko has a pair buried as well.
Vlad checked the computer the whole break. He'd been checking his charts the whole fucking break. He's like, King 5 on the board on the river. Yeah. I got a call. You just read that on your laptop, huh? It says if you have King 5 on a 10-7-3-3.
Only King 5 students.
Toko taking his time.
Otherwise you fold right.
And now making a move.
Wow, clicking it back. And it works. Nice move by Toko. Mo, another Houston regular. Mo Toko, as we mentioned, final tabled the monster stack earlier this week. Already outperforming that appearance. He got 7th place in that event. Has locked up at least 5th place here. And a number of bounties.
Now looks down at Ace King.
Wow.
He's heating up.
Had to get creative with the last one, but doesn't have to get too creative here. Goes 180. He has been opening larger than the other players, but he has also been consistent in his sizings.
Plod with a quality hand in the big blind defends. King Jack suited for him.
I know. One day we'll get enough hearts. We'll get brave.
Board comes ace high for Toko.
Scary, you know?
It is.
Got shot to Broadway for Vlad, though.
I need some
And
popcorn.
that ace of spades out there.
they got
3/5 of the royal flush. Spade variety. The best variety.
Mo versus Vlad. Who gonna win? That's all that's playing right now. We're not even here.
C-bet of 250, just over half pot.
I don't even know why we on the camera. We just like y'all. We literally just like y'all. Put the camera on them two, and then put it on us if something happens. But otherwise, keep it on them two. Oh man.
Pkwy coming with the call.
On the right hand, it goes.
Almost $1 million in the middle now, and the board pairs.
Fucking knew it.
You can go before final table started? We had like.
Yeah, I did, but I'm drinking, bro. I done drank 4 Tito's since then. This was the hand
Just
to go.
under $1 million in the middle.
The open first stack, I knew this was the one.
Into Vlad's big blind? For sure. For sure.
Yeah, this was the
Toko sliding out his 500,000
one. It goes quick and then I'll get
plaque. Will get it done right there.
I'll show you.
Shows it.
You folded ace jack?
Tight fold.
You locked in right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Locked in, he's going. I don't think so.
You can always hear if Derek Norman's on the final table.
He's locked in, dog.
Well known, for better or worse, for his table talk.
I would say for better.
For him. He definitely knows how to use it to his advantage, though. Can definitely play some mental games for opponents, put them in tough spots. Toughest spot for him so far has been card distribution. Been shown a lot of discipline. Blind on blind now.
The Vlad and Mo show again. Suited ace for Pkwy.
Jay, smart decision.
And previously, we've seen a lot of limping
Chase!
within this dynamic, but not this time. Raises and takes.
He went to the bathroom because he thought with you two in the blinds, the hand was going to take, like, you know, enough time for him to use his bathroom.
Well, that's how it was working out. When,
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's-
between him and between them two, before the final table, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It appears the blinds are up to 50 and 100,000 now. 50, 100, 100, putting a lot of pressure on those million stacks.
Brutal. Should have put him over a reader just to see.
And Normand, away from the table, elected to use a bathroom break for himself, expecting Pkwy and Toko to take a while on that previous hand that saw no flop.
UTGO cutoff. You're playing UTGO cutoff.
And with the table four-handed, Panchwani opens with King 8 under the gun, makes it 250. And a raise and take it. Another hand about to be dealt. Norman's still away from the table.
Wait, you're not there? Oh, shit.
There he is.
What you been calling?
I was calling you Chase for some reason.
I never heard you once. I never heard you call me that once.
It was probably like 8 times. It was no fewer than 8 times.
I would have said something.
Just in time for a monster. Ace Queen under the gun and less than 10 bigs.
Good luck, Derek.
All in. Make a break. If Vlad calls.
Lightning McQueen and all the chips in the middle.
Nice hand.
Picks up 2.5 big blinds.
Field a king, too. I got real excited.
Just in time to be in the big blind.
But that king of clubs looks awfully tasty in this spot.
Free orbit of blinds and ante.
Thank you. But you know, you can watch it. I've been doing all I could, dog. They got me in the graveyard right now.
If you're liking the tournament stream, be sure to hit that notification bell. We'll be streaming 2 more tournaments this week.
There's no Chase that plays a
PLO Championship on Thursday. And the High Roller event on Friday.
He might be confused with all the.
Like and subscribe while you're at it.
I always like 4 cards or more, so PLO Championship sounds great to me. Can't wait for that final table. especially in a city like Houston.
YOLO.
Brings out all the greats.
A thirsty Normand in the big blind with ace-jack facing an open from Pkwy.
Shoves lightning the queen in before the rest of his chips.
All in, dog. If you don't know who that is, you can't call me.
Ka-chow.
Nah, bro, don't throw my card like that, bro. That's why, man, you should. No, this lightning. This lightning, I brought another one.
Lightning McQueen.
No, I had Francesco.
950.
It's only 950, dog. I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna do shit with the chips if you do with me. You ain't gotta worry about me.
Suited connector and some thoughts for Pkwy, but finds the muck.
Bro, that was my signal to him when the call pushed the car at him.
Again, different dynamic if that 15K bounty was still in play right there.
Tell her, like, no, these dudes go at each other.
Worth a spin.
She has no idea. Me and Glenn got so much.
That was wild.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Just not the case. Pinjwani collecting the 15K bounty and a couple of 1K bounties as well. Winter all in, I believe.
Yeah, finds a hand to go with here.
Suited queen right around 10 bigs.
7, 8, 9, 1.04.
6 high again, what?
Gets it to fold around. He'll pick up an orbit.
Oh, wow. Graphics catching up. 7-4 of spades was folded on that.
Unacceptable. Well, I mean, I
Didn't
guess
want
it
to
is,
call it off.
it is a final table of the tournament, but Pinjwani has enough chips to knock somebody out with a little suited gapper like that. What do I know? I'm just a guy in the booth. So good at poker, I had to take a job watching people play poker.
That's how I got this job, too.
Norman with another ace-jack, this time suited on the button. Shoves the car in, so you know the chips are soon to follow.
Car's great. Derek, never stop doing the car. Well, maybe that was so much.
My son made me do it. Roll it to the wheels, fall out.
I feel like Norman's stealing your move. Don't you shove his skateboard in?
Yep. A couple summers back, I walk into Paris ballroom and see somebody with all of their chips on a skateboard in the middle. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty clever. And I was picking up a gift for one of my nephews and saw some tech decks, so I loaded up on tech decks.
So,
Makes it fun when you're trying to win a flip. Bring a skateboard to the game.
Do a kick flip and win a flip?
Yeah, exactly. Ace wheel off on the button for our chip lead.
Goes 2 1/4. Same hand for Toko.
We saw him get creative earlier with an ace-5.
650.
And it definitely is the solver-approved hand to take more aggressive lines with. Blocking properties.
And Winter had to fold an ace-9 there with all that action from the big stacks. Can't blame him, but if you could see these hands, those chips would be in the middle. Raise and take it for Toko.
I'm calling you. I mean, that's fine. I would have gotten in against the button open.
Daniel Donk Hughes in chat. Perfect timing on the question. Main event, our $1 million main, February 12th through the 17th. It starts next Wednesday. $1,500 is the buy-in, or you can win your way in for as low as $135.
You out there? I heard that.
We do have milestone satellites and turbo super satellites for the main going on here. For all tournament info, check us out on Poker Atlas or any of your favorite social media. It's also championsclubtexas.com.
Another big hand for Toko. On the button here with ace-queen suited. Lifts it up to 250, and Pkwy makes the call, defending the big blind with 8-6. No pair, no wear. Gut shot and backdoor clubs for Toko. Ace-queen still good. Check, check, and the board pairs, no change. And now Pkwy reaching for chips. That's $1.50, and Toko with the quick call. And ace-queen still good. Got some heavy hitters watching the stream today. See Pokerface Ash in the chat now with Jeff Platt.
And y'all playing poker on this table.
Another bet from Pkwy and another call. Toko taking down 1.6 million with ace high. And Pkwy, who came into this table as a massive chip leader, now third in chips.
To the couch.
Me and you, I mean, we ain't that advanced.
It's okay. He's basically locked up second place money
High, queen high.
in bounties alone.
Yeah, I'm not
And-
feeling sorry for him. Just reporting what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, like,
Put
the
the
game
dunce
don't
cap
pass
on.
me and you.
His world.
We're just here for the breakfast part.
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast part.
He's done it off of a single bullet. Nice ROI there. Limps in with a 5 deuce. Ace 10 for Normand. Ka-chow.
Well, if the car goes in the middle, you know what's happening. The chips are going in the middle.
You still got that car on them, though.
Still got that car.
They can't handle the car, Derek.
They can't.
See, I do like players
It's hard to handle lightning though, bro.
finding fun ways to ship it or some signature moves. Gotta remind you of the famous no gamble, no future sticker of
Tires on the last lap, had to hop.
Renlin.
Whatever it takes, you know? Whatever it takes.
He was like, we ain't never seen this. The boy he blew both his tires out.
See, it's just not as fun for Winter, but he does get it in with the draggers.
No one to do it.
Gets Pkwy to fold 2 overcards.
Yeah, like king.
Draggers gonna drag.
Was that close?
No.
Classic matchup. Hand 44. About 22 of the hands have been between this blind on blind. Not actually, but you know, 97% of stats are made up.
Heads up to the flop. Just a limp and a check. 8 high, still good. No pair, no wear. Five deuce connects to the turn after the check, check. But Toko picking up a straight flush. Sorry, just a straight draw.
You squint hard enough, it is
Yeah,
a
I
straight
thought it was 2
draw.
diamonds for a second there.
Toko thinking, come on, I've got to win one of these.
Well, now if he had a straight flush draw, it would have gotten there, but Instead, the 5 deuce with the check mark.
He's open-ended. Give him one more card.
The rich get richer. Winter and Norman both looking to make something happen here. Both hoping the other one goes out. Winter will be in the big blind this hand. He is currently the shortest stack with about 13 big blinds. Pair of 6s on the button. Action folds to Vlad. And he is taking a look at the stacks behind him.
5.5.
Thank you.
Opens to 275, I believe. And changing up the sizing a little bit now that it's 5-handed.
Yeah, has more chips to work with and can definitely apply the pressure. With Winter in the big blind on his button, he would love to apply tons of pressure. The only issue for him is Toko in between. So has to choose a appropriate sizing to both put pressure on Winter, but acknowledge Toko can play back. 6-5 for Toko's button. Just limps in. Allows Winter's King 4 to get in there, and Pkwy, ace wheel, checks the option. Board does come ace high.
2 players connecting, and Pkwy under-repped here. Would normally have raised with any ace, and now picking up a 3rd ace. Nobody's going to believe that. Toko's probably going to feel pretty good about his 6-5 now. Checks around to Toko, and he does bet his 6. Pkwy doing a little Hollywooding here, but now comes with the check raise.
I like it because he is under-repped, as you mentioned. Gets additional value early with the check raise. Knows he's probably not getting floated by some Queen X that gets their river, but likely a pair.
Looks like he's going to go polar here, go big, and hope that Toko thinks he missed a draw. Something like 7-5 or 7-9 that bricks out.
Toko quickly reaching for calling chips and puts them in.
Wonderfully played by Pkwy in a huge pot, almost 3 million in there.
No.
Yeah, even with 3 tables earlier, Pkwy had nearly a third of the chips in play.
Gotta wear these more.
Came in with a monster chip lead to the final table, and we had that ace queen up against Pkwy's ace king. That changed the chip lead. And Pkwy since then feels like he's just been getting dealt out, but gets a nice sized pot. Momentum back in his direction. Then walks Normand. What? Understandable.
Pick your battles.
Yeah. appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. If you're a fan of this tournament poker, keep in mind we do have plenty of more final tables on the way for you. Winter Poker Open really just gearing up. Pkwy Championship going on currently in the room. We will be streaming the final table of that. And then next week, our $1 million main event. Also have the high roller this week as well. Plenty of single day tournaments as well. Like Texas loves some single day tournaments, so plenty of those in the mix.
I think they're coming back into favor. People are tired of playing poker for 3 or 4 days and then just getting their money back.
Yeah.
But we still have some big multi-day, multi-flight
Yeah.
events as well.
Suited Queen 7. Opened it up on the button. The suited 9 defends a big blind to the King High Rainbow. And Pkwy bets when check 2. 250 into 650 and a quick fold.
I knew it. I got to stop it on the line.
And Pkwy chipping away, trying to close that gap between he and Pkwy.
Derek wants
That's Luca. How much more?
Bro, they gave him like 100 million.
And he wins, no chop.
They done gave him 100 million. Y'all want to bet now?
All in from the ace-10 of Winter. And ace-jack right behind.
Wow. 5-handed. These are monsters.
Winter was about to come into the big blind. Any ace-x is going to be super strong. 5-handed, as mentioned. And good enough for Pkwy to come over the top with.
Little 2 million isolation bet.
Ooh.
And Winter is notched. He's going to need some help here. He won the monster stack. He faces possible elimination in 5th place here.
More over, but not over.
A little backdoor action as well, and he hits the 10.
Nice plan.
But the jack on the flop sealed the deal. Pkwy's ace-jack improves, and another bounty going his way. Winter will be taking home $7,015 and however many bounties he collected today. 5th place finish for him, and now there are only 4 players remaining.
Yeah, I know Winter collected at least a 2,500 bounty. Saw a picture of that earlier. Rachel K. Winter here, taking the picture of that and his winner's photo. Awesome to see the power couple doing power couple things here throughout the series.
Great start to the series for him with a 1st place and a 5th place finish already, and the 2 big tournaments still to come here. Pkwy Championship coming up, and he might be one that plays the high roller as well, and then the main event, so plenty of opportunity for him to continue to crush it here in Houston. And players readjusting here now, sliding around for some better camera angles and a little more room to play.
Yeah, don't forget those, Pkwy.
If you like what you're seeing, be sure to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we do start these streams. We have 2 other final tables this week and a cash game tomorrow. Pkwy cash game, 7 p.m. Central.
Okay. They just said that. Yeah, I think one kid.
It's literally, nobody's chasing gun here.
Yeah, you have to sit on 6, but you can stand on top. They need you for the angle right there, but
So he's
if you want to,
He'd rather scan here,
he
though.
wants to stand on top, so everyone knows that.
It looks like Brian Winter is in the chat now. Dan Hay. Nice run there, sir.
Me?
The famous golden blazer.
Like this?
Yeah, just like that. Vlad having fun here.
I wanted to.
9-10 suited for Vlad. Opens to 220.
Not really comfortable for more. I wanted my cards on the right of my side.
How much is it? 220.
Yes.
Anjwani defending the big blind with Queen 9. Has him dominated. We go heads up here, but Vlad in position. Both players connect to their 9. Anjwani reaching for chips here, leading out 200,000 on the turn. Both players with 9s. Anjwani with the better kicker. Hard to make a pair. Heads up and hold them. Pkwy gonna raise it.
I got 4 plats.
500,000.
Mo got a plat. There's only 3 plats.
I can get better.
Bit of a dirty stack there, I just realized, for Anjwani.
Front door diamonds get there.
We got me 8-1.
But it quickly goes check, check, and Anjwani knows his Queen 9 must be good. Turns his hand over immediately. And another nice pot going his way.
Is that even the
Starting to climb back up.
to look that long?
Has taken the chip lead away from Vlad with that one.
I'm by far the lowest by a lot. I'm the lowest by a lot.
I folded diamonds. I folded 7 diamonds.
You already know. I've been chilling all day like this. All day.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I ain't got to do shit, bro.
Oh, okay.
I watch them run stacks up all day next to me. I'm just chilling. I let that shit clear out, then I turn up. Let the dust clear a little bit. See, you know.
Anjwani just lost 75,000 there. A dirty stack.
You don't get slid by that.
I'm sure he'll recover.
You know what I'm saying? I just sit back, like, I get walks in the big blind and shit.
Maybe
Maybe.
right now.
You can see Toko showing off those plaques that we have here at Champions. The 500,000s are in play. The millies are not on the table, at least not yet. And those pearly white and blues are 100,000 each. Greens, 25,000. 5,000 are the pinks.
Good luck.
All right, Mo. I don't mind giving you.
Toko open to 250 with ace-2 suited here. And Normand, the short stack, defending with king 8. Picks up a gut shot and backdoor hearts. Blocking both sides of the straights here as Toko c-bets 175.
Yeah, if you're going to have no pair of the offsuit hand, Normand's exact holding is pretty strong here. Front door hearts come in. He has the king of hearts. That's why that flop is actually so amazing for his hand. Checks through turn.
And ends up a total brick. Ace high, still good. Normand with just about a pot size bet in his stack. And knows there's only one way for him to win this pot. He bets it. 385,000. Looks like such a value size, about a third of the pot.
Can I play one of the flowers?
You going to?
I'm all in.
And Toko, a non-believer, jams it all in, or perhaps he thinks he needs to turn his hand into a bluff.
Well, for the same ways that Norman's hand was amazing on the flop, it's also blocking so many sensical bluffs here. It's out of the way.
Looked like Toko turned over. Yeah, he did show the ace deuce of diamonds there, so it shows that he was bluffing, but only Norman knows that he couldn't beat the bluff.
Toko really taking the prize for the most creative lines here.
Ace deuce diamonds ripped on that river. Him and Vlad them bluffing with ace deuce. But I had king high on that one. I couldn't call him. I had the worst. Yeah, I had king 8-0. Yeah, ace deuce diamonds. 9, 10, queen 3, 4, 3 hearts. I get him to do whatever I want when I want.
King queen under the gun for Toko, opens it up. 250, and Norman now with a pair. The draggers. Is this an opportunity for Lightning McQueen? Yes. Chips are in the middle.
I know he's got the best hand, just praying on
And Toko reaching for calling chips.
No.
Norman will be at risk here. He's got the best of it, though. He starts with a pair.
I need spades.
So far, so good for the threes.
Oh, no.
Until
Queen.
the turn.
Norman needing a tray on the river now, and gets it. Binks the set. The draggers will be dragging a pot of 1.48 million.
I had a feeling he was.
Only a 3 wins.
Only you, Derek. Only you.
He had pulled back and was shuffling those 5K chips. Queen comes turn. He puts the pink chips back out almost as a prepay,
I can't even bluff king 8.
but then gets the double.
They can't even buck the ace deuce to me on the nastiest.
Good shot there
These fuckers getting tough nowadays, man.
of what it looks like at Champions Club here in Texas.
No, he
Don't forget, we are the only poker room in all of Texas with a hotel here on site just down the hallway, past the other tournament tables, past the cash tables. And before you get to our full restaurant and bar, there is a elevator.
There can't be anything else.
Takes you on up to over 60 different rooms here at Champions.
Blind?
If I don't call, I don't call. That's on me.
Newly refurbished
Should
hotel
have checked Reggie on the
with
flop.
great poker action. ChampionsClubTexas.com for more on that, but more on this hand now. Ace Queen under the gun for Pkwy. 260 for him, and a suited ace.
Yeah,
Even though it's the worst ace in the deck, in my opinion. Suited ace 6 for Normand. Just found the double.
I said if. You didn't hear that.
Ka-chow. Lightning McQueen time.
I didn't say nothing, so whatever. 600.
Oh,
I thought it was Virgo or whatever. Same outcome. My bad. I didn't mean to angle you.
they're keeping it within the rules, but Pkwy is going to help him out, get the rest of it in. How nice of him with a suited ace queen. There it is. All in and a call.
I guess I could have folded now that I did that.
Ace queen, that's a 6.
He got ace queen, I got ace 6 suited.
Let's go. Let's go.
We ain't looking
Battle of the suits more than
queen and 6.
that. Both of them hit their kickers. Pendjwani, a diamond, doesn't need it. Best hand
And an 8.
remains best.
Oh, GG's. Good luck.
Good game there.
And just like that, we lose Derek Normand in 4th place. Great finish for him though. Collects 9,200 as the payout and plenty of bounties along the way. Pendjwani though came in with nearly half the chips in play, loses a big one to Pkwy, and now has the chip lead again. 8.6 for Pendjwani,
Big blind?
6 million for Vlad, and Toko just under 4.
Oh, yeah. Tell Derek his car's here.
His what?
Car.
His car?
Yeah, his car protector.
Oh, you're on TV.
Thank you.
Y'all can't keep them, this is part of the
Hey, Vlad, let's play chess. Let me try to go on the
Been a pretty quick pace of things here. I'm just talking about the knockouts. All the tournaments here at Champions, known for great structure, great value, 30-minute levels, pretty much the standard. Of course, if you exclude our $1 million main, 60 and 90-minute levels within the main events here.
I think that last knockout may slow things down a bit, as that was the last short stack. Average stack right now is 50 big blinds. Even Toko, with the shortest stack at 4.2 million, has close to 40 at 36 big blinds. Plenty of play here.
Yeah, from a field of 627, we brought back 71. There were, I believe, 3 double bags and 1 triple bag. Now, the final 3.
Yeah, been lucky for me. True story. True story. Oh, what I do? It's my turn.
Everybody at this table now guaranteed 12,700. First place is 28,720. So big difference between third and first here. Pendjwani with an ace on the button, raising to 300,000. Pkwy looking down at a slightly better ace wheel. Three-handed, any ace, definitely worth a raise. And a raise to 975,000. Toko, the shortest stack, looking down at tens. Now, obviously, raising ranges are going to be super wide on the button here, so he may or may not discount Pendjwani's hand, but This 3-bet to almost $1 million is hard to discount. Got to put Vlad on something.
I'm all in.
7 majors on.
And after some deliberation, Toko gets it all in. Quick fold from Pkwy, and I gotta imagine Vlad is gonna let this ace go. Just not quite good enough with all that action. And Toko picks up over $1 million chips with no flop. He is now second in chips, and Vlad moves down to third place. 4.8 million for him.
Still time to win your way into the $1 million main. 135 buy-in for the Turbo Super Satellites. 10K is your starting stack. 10-minute levels. Huge value. Ship a satellite. Cash the main. Maybe even final table it. Let us talk over some of your hands.
Back-to-back monsters. Jacks now for Toko in the small blind.
300,000.
Yeah, first place in those main events, typically around 200,000. Wouldn't that be something to turn 135 into 200K? I would like that.
Not bad.
1.2.
And Pkwy clicking back here with 9-5. Just doesn't believe Toko here. Or doing big stack things and putting the pressure on. But nobody here super short on chips. And Toko, I can't imagine going anywhere with jacks. Tens were good enough for his whole stack last hand.
Gotta imagine that jacks out of position are the same. He agrees.
There.
Be a quick fold from Pkwy. He's not going to think long about 9-5.
That tens on the last hand.
Huh?
That tens on the last hand.
Tables the jacks.
Oh, second, 2 times in a
And tells Vlad he had tens last hand. And Toko now with the chip lead after 2 quick hands with no flops.
I would have hit, you would have gotten my chips.
Huh?
I didn't have a pair yet.
in previous hand.
I told him I had tens on the previous hand too. When
I had jack 10 suited.
yeah.
I wasn't going to win that for nothing.
So friendly. So much free info given.
And so it should be queens this hand in theory.
What? Not queens for Toko?
Total-
But it's suited
total
ace wheel?
garbage.
Yeah.
7 majors, 275.
Raise to 275, just over a min raise. Pkwy with 10-7. Giving it quite a bit of thought here. And he's going to push back on Toko now. Didn't work out so good for Pkwy last hand.
I mean, if 9-5 is good enough to put aggression back, 10-7 is an upgrade, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Connected and everything.
And now Toko just calls. Ten seven somehow does not get there, but ace 5 does. Twice.
Wow.
Toko loving life. Hoping that he's actually up against something that should have been 3-betting pre.
And the fact that he raised and then called a raise, you would think he doesn't come anywhere near this board, right? So Vlad's going to keep his foot on the gas.
650.
Toko just calling. Going to let Vlad just continue to fire away. That's what he wants to do.
Keep all bluffs, keep all worse hands in. 10-7 goes unimproved. Checkmark delivered on the turn for Toko. 3 million in the middle. Just under 3.3 back for Vlad. He knows that. Toko knows that.
Oh
all
my,
in and
jams it all in. Oh, just ran into it, drawing dead and getting there. And unfortunately, this meaningless river not going to help.
Yeah.
Vlad Shavkovia, he's going to be going home with over $12,000, though, and all the bounties that he picked up for his efforts here today. Third place in the mystery bounty. And now we're heads up. Kasim KC Panjwani and Mo Toko will battle it out for $28,720. And the beautiful Winter Poker Open trophy, which I believe they will be bringing out onto the table at this time.
Yeah, I hope they bring that out soon because everyone at home needs to see that trophy if they haven't seen it already.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the trophy game, especially for this series. Champions did it again. The winter-themed trophy. But we're not going to wait for that. Heads up we go. Toko with just about a 2-1 chip lead. And another bounty collected.
When it comes to bounties, though, Panjwani already won it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no topping. There was a $15,200 bounty. That was the top one. He got that. There was a $10K bounty. That was picked up by the player that ended up getting 10th place today. And then multiple 5K and 2,500 bounties. But by the time we got to the final table, only one of those more than minimum bounties was left in there. All the bounties remaining are 450 each. But still, every knockout gets you a little bonus.
Yeah, that's why we haven't seen players really going to collect bounties after the knockouts. But Toko was the player who did collect that last 2,500 bounty here on the final table. Folds the mystery hand. Ace-Jack will take it. I gotta say, mystery bounties are definitely the trend. Definitely hot in poker right now.
Mexico.
And we do have a black chip bounty later in this tournament series. That's probably something that I'll fire off into. I love these bounty formats.
Definitely makes aggression pay off a little more, especially in the early stages of the tournament.
I don't think either of these players are unfamiliar with some heads-up tournament action. Both of them very well known within the Houston community when it comes to tournament poker. A couple raise and takes so far, but they understand. High VPIP. I'm gonna see flops. Gonna see rivers.
5-4 defending. Toko's open with King 10. King 10 still best. Check, check. Gut shot now for Panjwani. Not much else.
Toko, a different gut shot and still the best high card. But now led into, it's just gonna call. Goes check, check, and high card will realize. Pkwy just barely beating the board.
Getting a little noisy in the background. Must be the start of the satellite today.
That plus the Monday private game back there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the players that play some of our mid-stakes stream cash games are playing in the back. Just offset here.
But if you're in Houston, registration's still open, and that milestone satellite started 7 o'clock. 3 seats guaranteed today, $300 buy-in. Win your way into that main event, $1,500, $1 million guaranteed main event. Flights start Wednesday.
Super connected board here. 2 hearts.
Gut shots for each player. Toko calling with King High, and Pkwy continuing to apply the pressure here. Looks like he's going to go with a pretty big bet. This time, the King High will not see the river.
Prettiest trophy yet, boys.
That is pretty.
And trophy is delivered.
Tournament director Adrian Lopez.
Is there a delay in the live stream or?
It'll be 125. Yes, there is a delay. Eddie, how long's the delay? Sure.
Right around a 30-minute delay here.
Okay, see how much? Do you know approximately how much you have?
But yeah, I'll tell you.
No spoilers, please.
This is
We watch it live when you watch it.
6 and something.
Pkwy, gut shot wheel draw. Backdoor clubs.
150.
Toko's betting it though. Pkwy check call for 150.
Have the worst possible part.
Put a turn card for 7-6. Turns open-ended.
Hey, yeah.
Going to continue. Size is up here.
Keep pushing it. I can't. Bottom pair. Can't do it. Weak, 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 weak.
Good bluff by Pkwy, saying he's folding bottom pair there.
I'm gonna have to suck out on you. You'll have aces, I'll have jacks, and slap.
I'm 125, right?
Welcome to not only one of our favorites, Mycora, in chat, but big dog Earth in chat saying Mo versus KC. Yeah, let's go. Again, 2 well-known players here in Houston. Nice to see the locals getting it done when a series like this brings in players from all over. Pkwy a raise to 3 1/4 and a call from the Queen Jack, the big blind.
Wow. Open-ended for Pkwy with an ace on board that he can represent having already. Toko with the gut shot. Double gutter, actually, will make the call. Pkwy Making the straight. Going for a big bet here.
Always nice making the straight on the correct end for you. Takes it down.
This particular time, it might have been better for him to hit a jack. Would have given Toko something to call with, but in any case, a nice pot for Panjwani.
Run.
Limp in and checked by Panjwani. Heads up to the flop. 10 high, still good. Check, check, and Panjwani now makes a pair, and he's got the only diamond as well. Toko open-ended again, though. He'll make the call of 300,000. And check, check on the river. Panjwani picking up another pot. Putting a dent in Toko's chip lead.
Calls.
7-3 limps in. King, queen, exercising the option.
No cheap look.
King, queen takes it down on the flop. No resistance.
11 million.
2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh.
6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about 11 million. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, this is good.
Check.
Check. 7 check.
Mo, you're no fun.
You turn threads.
You gotta do what you gotta do. With Derek gone, who's gonna do all the talking? He makes it fun.
Sure does.
He does make it fun.
King high versus king high. Panjwani limps in on the button here. Toko with king 8 suited will raise it up. Makes it 275.
Unnecessary, but
275.
275 total.
Position.
Call is made. We'll see a flop. All clubs on board. Pkwy with the only club, but it is a tray of clubs. He will bet, though, after Toko checks and take it down here.
One more. Don't let me bluff you, man. Show some resistance. You know, I'm never going to catch up if you keep folding. Oh, yeah. Got to keep doing it every time.
Five four offsuit, limps in.
What is it?
That's just a call.
Can't do anything.
Queen high checks his option and flops a gutter. Toko with the only spade has potentially backdoor spades. It goes check, check, and now he picks up a gut shot to the wheel.
Check.
Check, check again, and queen high will get this one.
Oh, you sneaky, sneaky guy.
Oh no, pair of fives for Toko. He takes this one down. I misread that one.
Oh, I could use a break.
The dog? You don't ever growl at your dog? Just like, you know? Really? I mean, it's...
Patrick, the dog whisperer or growler.
How many bounties do you have left? Yeah.
Short break for the players is over. We just fast forwarded through that to keep you guys in the action. They are back at it. Blinds are going to be up to 75, 150, 150,000.
Whatever they are.
Yeah, whatever they're left.
How many bounties do you have?
Well, it's pretty much. There's three I have to. That's.
No, yeah, I've got.
And they're all 450, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you still have some? Yeah.
Ace 9 for Pkwy. Big hand heads up. Raises pretty small, 350. Both players keeping the raise sizes relatively small here. Plenty of chips in play. Average stack is 40 big blinds still, so it's definitely not a shove fest between these two players. We're relatively close in chips. Toko with about 3 million more. Bet of 200,000 is called. Toko takes the lead here with a jack, and another king comes out. He's definitely going to feel good about kings full of jacks. He's going to lead out 400,000 now, and Pkwy's going to have to make a hero call with ace high. And the rich get richer. Toko taking another 2 million chip pot, and now creeping back up to where he has almost twice as many chips as Pkwy. Mo lays this one down, gives KC the walk. King, queen. For Panjwani on the button, raises to 375, and Toko looking down at a suited ace. We may have a clash here. These are two quality hands, heads up. 3-bet to 900K. And a call from KC. We'll see the flop here. Almost 2 million chips in the middle now. Panjwani with about 6 million behind. Comes out ace 10-10. Best hand gets better. But KC picking up a gut shot and backdoor clubs. Mo leads for 600,000. A quick call from Panjwani. And that'll lock it up for ace 9. Panjwani now drawing to a chop. Toko checks, and KC bets this time. 375, it looked like. 350. Like 10% of the pot. And a check raise. 1,350,000 now, and Panjwani gets out of the way. Huge pot, and now Toko almost a 4-to-1 advantage. Three to 1 advantage, sorry. More than double the number of chips of Panjwani, though. In really good shape here. Unraised flop. 6-3 connecting. Six will hold for a 1 million pot.
Good shot of those glasses that I really like. I'm gonna have to do a little digging on the internet.
Yeah, I like the shape. A little zigzag pattern on the above the ear there too.
Huh? You know what? I'm gonna incorporate zigzag into my Google search. Does anyone in chat know exactly what those are?
10-5, raising this one up on the button. Toko calling with 10-7, has him dominated. But the 5 gets there. Gut shot for Toko, pair for Panjwani. KC with the C-bet and take it. Ace 4 on the dealer button. Raises to 400,000. Suited one gapper. Jack 9 of clubs. KC makes the call. And all clubs. Toko with the 4 of clubs. Drawing to the 3 of clubs for a straight flush, but Panjwani has made his flush already. Leads out for 250,000. Mo makes the call. And Casey checking now. Gives Toko a free card. No help, though. The clubs are still good. And a very wet board now. 4-liner out there. Toko has made the low end of a straight. Pkwy's clubs still good. He's also got the high end of the straight. Doesn't need that. That's 1.175 million. Overbetting the pot, or just about pot size, I should say. And a disciplined just call here, heads up with a straight. And things going back KC's way. Still about 2-3 million short of Toko, but that's got to feel good to win a huge pot there and get right back into the game.
I quickly found that they are Oakley HSTNs and prisms. Very nice glasses. Interesting design.
Check.
Jack 9 limps in and Toko checks the option.
No pair, nowhere.
Just the board pair. And just a chop pot.
And the board.
Me too.
Toko raising this one with a suited 10-6, and Pkwy just calling with ace-queen. Setting the trap a little bit, but Toko hits a 6 here. And continues for 4 1/4. Another big pot starting to build. Board pairs. Good news for the 10-6. Check, check. And check mark delivered for Toko. Pkwy leading out for 300,000. And the rich get richer.
Pkwy peeling back another Jack 9 here. Last time limped it. This time raises it. Suited 9-8 defends. 9-8. Good enough for a gut shot here. Goes check call. Panjwani continues. Good turn card for Panjwani to continue to barrel on. Obviously doing so. $450 into 1.4 and takes it down. Two solid players, neither of which are really giving much away. Definitely preserving stacks.
Yeah, when we came to this final table, there were 3 stacks that were very short and in danger. It only took about 60 hands to go from 9 players to 2. But with as many chips as these 2 players have, it could take another 60 hands for it to get down to 1.
We've seen it time and time again here with the great structures and great players that we bring out. Checks through quickly on this flop. Another spade comes in. Brings in a pair for Toko. He fires and gets looked up by bottom pair. Dark check.
Oh, look at you. Sneaky.
Players take their showdown. Bad aim Benny in chat. Welcome, sir. Would have loved to have seen you on the final table stream, but maybe you're just saving that for the $1 million main.
Finally, a monster on the button. 7-4. Raising to 350 and 6-5 in the big blind. So if one of these players hits, they're probably both going to hit. 7-4 gets there. Gut shot for 6-5. C-bet of 350. This board should favor the raising range, but it's going to be a check raise from Toko. 850 now and a quick call from Panjwani. And a big pot developing. 7-4 gets there even harder. Open ender now for Toko.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to get there twice.
Toko leads for 1.2.
All in.
And all in from Panjwani.
What is that, about 5?
2, 4, 5, and yeah.
Oh, 5.5.
A 5, oh, 5.5. 5.6, 75.
7-4 gets there. Big pot for Panjwani, and he has retaken the lead, 9.4 to 9.1. Almost equal stacks. And a walk for Panjwani this time. 2 in a row.
He's heating up.
And now Jack 10. He's just going to limp in, but that's a pretty good hand. Heads up as well. Toko with a connector of his own checks it back. 7-6, and away we go. 7-6 connecting, pair and a gutter. Panjwani with a higher gut shot and 2 overcards. Bet of 250 from Toko is called. Check, check, and the 7-6 will hold.
Good hand. Ding.
And the lead flips back to Toko by just a couple bigs. Min raised to 300,000. Jack 7 on the button. Suited diamonds. Queen high for Panjwani. He'll see the flop. Gut shot for the Jack 7. Queen high is still good. Toko leads though and takes it down. King 4 on the button, lifts it to 375, and Toko with a 2-gapper. Jack 8 gets in there. No connection here. King high still good. Panjwani c-bets for 250 and takes it.
Here we go. Little something for both players. Got shot in a pair now for Panjwani.
And Toko turns double gutted.
They're starting to put some chips in. Bet and a raise. Mo Rivers the better pair.
Double gutted.
Nice.
One has seen it coming.
$1 million main still on the way. Flights begin next Wednesday. Buy your way in for $1,500 or win your way in for as little as $135. Turbo Super Satellites and Milestone Satellites available. Check championsclubtexas.com for more info, or you can look us up on Poker Atlas or any of your social media platforms for more details.
All the Milestone Satellites have 3-seat guarantees now, with the main coming up next week. Well, same open-ender as last time, but this time in Panjwani's hand. And he'll take this one down with a bet. Both players being very patient, not getting out of line. Plenty of chips to work with, as we said before. Average stack right around 40 big blinds.
Nines for Toko now.
Lifts it to 350. Suited ace wheel for Panjwani. He's going to make the call. And spikes 2 pairs. C-bet of 400,000 after Panjwani checks, but a check raise to $1 million starts to build this pot as Toko makes the call. Almost $3 million in the middle now. And Panjwani, a 95% favorite, just needs to fade a 9. That's just over pot, $3 million.
Super under-repped here, as he was before when he had trip aces. Also out of the big blind. A much fuller table earlier. Usually ace X is going to raise heads up. Didn't do so. Flatted and flopped top and bottom. Nine's feeling amazing here. Beating so much. Yeah, he jams it.
And a super quick call.
Well played by Panjwani.
Toko needs a 9 or he's going to be down to just $1.5 million. Panjwani needs to fade a 9 or he could be eliminated.
Yeah.
It is not a 9, and Toko now crippled down to 10 big blinds. Panjwani almost all of the chips now. 17 million will be in his stack after we get the official count here.
Yeah, odds are that was the hand of the tournament right there.
Something told me in the big hand.
6, 7.
No. 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 nuts. Oh, I didn't count that. Sorry, my bad. You're trying to help me out here.
75?
7,075,000, yes.
Okay, this is...
Always good to double check, but always good to see the dealer being right. A huge pot, over 7 million in Panjwani's stack
I
there.
didn't see that 5. Purple on purple.
Hold on, that is... Oh, yeah.
Setting the trap with the ace not raising heads up there, and that has worked for him 2 times now. Take that, solver. It's not over yet, though. Couple of doubles, and Toko will be right back in it.
Toko gonna be pretty selective over hands now. Does make for easy decision making though.
Yeah, it's basically going to be all in or fold every time.
It'll be pretty easy decision making for Pkwy as well. He's setting the trap quite a bit and showing aggression quite a bit as well. All options available.
Pkwy connects here and bets and takes it.
4.
Yeah.
7 check.
7-4 gets a walk.
It's the same as getting there. That beeping means blinds are about to go up, which is bad news for Toko. That is another percentage of his chips that are going to have to go in every single hand. So far, no significant clashes since that last big pot. Just not much to go with here. This is a big flop for Toko. He's likely to get him in now. Pair and an open ender rather. But Pkwy with nothing to defend with gets out of the way, and I believe blinds are now going to go up. And dealer change.
Why chill at home when you can play it hot this winter? From February 5th to the 18th, join us at Champions Club Texas for the Winter Poker Open. A tournament series with over 1.5 million in guarantees, including a main event with a 1 million guaranteed prize pool. Whether you're here to compete or just escape the cold, there's a seat at our table waiting for you. Winter Poker Open. Don't miss your chance to win big this winter at Champions Club Texas.
We're also the only poker club in all of Texas with a hotel on site. You can come here and stay and play. Room rate of $85 during the Winter Poker Open. You can book that on championsclubtexas.com. Use the code WPO25.
All in.
8-6 worked last time. Let's see if it works this time. Well, this is the hand that Pkwy got all those chips with. Ace tray. Can he end it now? Or will Toko get a double? A pair for Pkwy. Best hand gets better. Toko needs an 8 or a 6 now, or it's game over.
Spikes it.
Gets the 8.
He's getting ready to throw it in.
Little bit of life here for Toko.
1.3.
Doubles into 2.8.
Nice hand.
14 big blinds now. He's not in quite as much of an emergency situation. Looking at the 15 big blind chart from Octopi Poker right now. King 7 of clubs qualifies.
2.5. Ish.
No, no,
2.5 -ish.
I can't call.
Yeah.
I do like the quick adjustment from Pinjwani, though. Earlier, he was doing more limping in Toko. Hadn't found that double yet. Could limp fold or limp to trap, but now he's raising. At least starts with that after the little bit of shift there. Wants to try and deny Toko from being more aggressive or steal the blinds out from underneath Toko. And Pinjwani flops a pair, and the board pairs itself on the turn. Now leads and takes.
Probably won't see many of those on the walk for Toko, but 8 deuce is one that you can do that with. Toko limps in.
Jack X raises and takes. Good job by Pinjwani to deny flops when possible. Welcome to Gary Ellerman in the chat, one of our favorites. Always sweats the action when possible and frequent flyer within the room here at Champions.
$10-6 right on the line there, and you can see Pinjwani doing the math in his head. Decides to go ahead and raise it, and turns out he has the best of it. Toko in there with 8-5, but ace-ace-8 on the flop. Good news for Toko.
Ball in.
Goes with it.
Liar.
I had the 8. He'll see it.
You did have the 8?
Yeah.
No lie there.
You'll see it.
Toko's been pretty honest with his hands and even tabling some of his hands when not necessary. Suited queen, pretty strong here.
Rolling.
Understandable. For both hands. 9-4 in the muck.
Raise from king high on the button. Toko with a suited jack. Makes the call.
Oh, feels like a jack 10.
Only one heart out there. Pinjwani connects. Bottom pair. Jams and takes it. Feels like a rough road for Toko, but he's one double away from being back in it. If he gets 6 million chips in front of him, then he's one double away from chip leader. Turbo Super Satellites, 10 o'clock every day for the next couple of nights. 135 buy-in, win your seat into the $1 million guaranteed main event. Toko raising and calling with 7 tray, and then flopping the best of it with a pair. Jams it in. Pkwy with 2 overs, but not much else.
You weren't kidding. I thought you just...
Makes the call. And Toko now in great shape to double up and be right back in this. And he does.
Change the script.
Healthy pot there. Healthy stack for Toko.
Yeah, now he's at 30 big blinds and 1 double away from the chip lead. It's definitely going to change the confidence level of Pkwy, as this is a game of momentum. Oh, wow. Just flops us straight with the deuce 4. But whatever happens here, both of these players played great this final table. And Toko has made 2 final tables on 2 of our major events here this series. And he's going to get at least 2nd place today, and got 7th place on the previous one. Just running great and playing great. I have a feeling we might see him on one of our other final tables. We'll be streaming the PLO Championship on Thursday, the High Roller on Friday, and then the main event, final table, Monday. And in between, we have PLO Cash tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. Sure to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we start those final tables. Checks through here. Pkwy started with deuces, and he ends with deuces. Good enough for the pot.
Yeah, we're doing the swap. We're doing the swap. He wants the swap. We're doing the swap. Two high card and switch. No, he needs to go. He can't have it. He can't be a chance.
600.
Toko raises it up. Ace 7. King Jack in the big blind. Gonna have a hand here for sure. 1.4 in the middle. King Jack flops best. Clubs in favor of Toko. Checks through. Pkwy doesn't want this one to check through again. He leads out $500,000. Ace floats. Ace does not get there. Neither do those front door clubs that Toko could try to represent. Tough to try to find a hero call here. But Toko does try and put on that cape. Just no good.
Checking that top pair on the flop, paid off again for KC.
Knows his play style and plays it well. Not everybody as comfortable finding lines like that.
Toko back on the ropes now, looking for a double to get back in this.
Ace-7 now for Pkwy.
All in.
Limps.
Oh,
Toko
instant
jams.
Snap call with the ace-7.
Yeah, cards on their backs already. Toko live to the queen or the 8. Does not find either, but does pick up outs to a 6.
Needs a 6, an 8, or a queen. And does not get it. Ace-7 will hold. And Toko will be eliminated in second place.
Congratulations to you.
He'll be taking home 19,790 plus quite a few bounties. But the big winner, KC, Kasim Pkwy, takes down 28,720 for first place today, on top of over 17,000 in bounties. He got the big $15,000 bounty earlier in the day, as well as 2 1K bounties and several $450 bounties. Just knocking people out left and right all day long. Had the big chip lead coming in and finishes strong. And that is going to do it for the mystery bounty. The next tournament will be the PLO final table. The championship will be on Thursday night. In between, we have a PLO cash game tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. And more to come here from Champions Poker Live. If you liked what you saw, please do give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we get down to 9 players in these other final tables. For Kyle Miller, this is Dan Fouts saying good night.
See ya.
Play your hand, play your hand. No fuck, counting the stacks, stacking the bags. No fuck, counting the stacks, stacking the rags. No fuck, counting the stacks, stacking the rags. No fuck, counting the stacks, stacking the rags. No fuck, play your hand, play your hand. Play your hand, play your hand. Play your hand.